Hello everyone, welcome to the Growth Switch with me Cyril, this being episode 7 in our video series. If you've missed out on insights on the other 6 episodes, you can go to the channel and watch the videos there so you don't miss out on that information. In this video, we will cover self-awareness in terms of what you can do to make sure that you are aware of your strengths and your weaknesses, because that goes a long way in understanding how to shape things like your career and any other activities that you may get involved in your life. If you understand what it is that you're good at and what it is that that's a development area, then it helps you to understand when opportunities present themselves, which ones you are most likely to be able to succeed in, because we all want to position ourselves for success. The first point I want to make is you need to be able to obtain feedback from people closest to you, so your family and your friends. And sometimes this feedback can come in an unsolicited way. So basically, you can get a friend telling you after you've done a certain task that, hey, you know what, Cyril, you are really good at this. You should consider doing it more often. I'm sure some of us who've heard this from our friends and have either taken that seriously, or you might say, oh, you know what, dude, yeah, you're actually messing around. I'm not really that good at this. So those kind of subtle pointers, you need to take them a bit more seriously when they come through, because it's actually a pointer that if someone else is seeing your quality in being able to deliver a certain task, what does that mean in the bigger scheme of things? What specific strengths does it say about you? Also your family as well, probably the people who know you best will also over time be able to tell you that, hey, you're quite skilled at this and that and this, and then you need to see what is the common thread on all of these things that they're saying I'm skilled at. Am I good at solving problems? Am I good at analyzing situations? Am I good at managing relationships with people? So basically it will help you in that aspect. If you're in a workplace environment, that becomes more formal, because you will then get what tend to be either annually or biannually feedback sessions. So those can be so those tend to be more formal. But what you can also do in a workplace environment, which is what I found useful for myself, is now and again you ask for feedback from your colleagues outside of that formal setting. So you can just send a mail and say, hey, listen, I work with you quite a lot. Can you just let me know on these aspects? What do you find that I'm really good at? What do you find that I need to work on? And once you get that feedback, you will then be able to see a common thread. There might be 1 or 2 outliers when you do the exercise, from people who particularly perhaps have had one isolated event where they may have had a bad experience with you, but you'll be able to see who those are by looking at the feedback. And number 2, what you can do is you can do psychometric tests. I know most people are not particularly fond of those, but those are really good because you get to learn a lot about yourself. I've done quite a fair amount of those. You get personality trait ones, which tell you what kind of personality you are and how you are most likely to react in specific situations. You get one which tells you how you behave in a pressurized environment and you presented with a task. So you get quite a number of them. And through those you'll be able to also pick up how you fared in those specific scenarios, and you'll be able to understand through that what strengths and what development points you showed in those situations. Now, one thing to remember there is these psychometric tests, at times they don't come cheap, so be sure to make sure that you understand what the cost is, and you also perhaps shop around to make sure that you get the best value for money in terms of those psychometrics. A recommendation also goes a long way, so you make sure that you're dealing with the appropriate organization when you are doing those psychometrics. You want to make sure that the person that gives you the feedback is skilled at it and has showed a proven track record of being able to be able to give you information that will add value in your journey. Now, another thing you need to do is, once you've learned about your strengths and your development points, you need to focus on your strengths and doing those to the best of your abilities, because that is what you're naturally good at. And your development points, you're not good at them. So if you focus if you focus a lot of your energy on fixing those, you might lose focus on your strengths. So rather focus on your strengths and manage your development points to such an extent that they don't damage you overall. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, let's say you are a fashion designer. You know how to meet a client, understand their vision, what is it they're looking for, draw up a sketch of a design, and it turns out to be perfectly what the client is looking for on paper. But you might not be that skilled in terms of understanding how to sew the garments together, making sure that the material is going to sit nicely on the client, and so on and so forth. And then you might partner up with someone who actually knows how to do that, so that your main focus is making sure that the clientele relationship runs smoothly and you're able to understand their needs. And then you partner with this person, either you can have internally or externally, however you position it, and then you're able to produce a product to the client, and then the client is happy. The client, quite frankly, doesn't care where this thing gets made, as long as it gets made for the right price that they are willing to pay. So you see there how you manage your weakness of not being able to put together the garment by basically partnering up with someone who's exceptionally skilled at that. So I think in the past we've been wired to basically, when someone says this is a development point, you then, oh no, this is something I need to focus all my energy on. No, not necessarily. Focus on your strengths, because your strengths will help you succeed overall, and manage your weaknesses such that they don't cripple your overall performance and success. So yeah, those are the points I wanted to just share with you with relates to self-awareness. There's a whole lot of other aspects you can consider for self-awareness, but it's particularly key to make sure that you are aware of who you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. It will help you guide you in many aspects of life, career, personal, and so on and so forth. So if you found this useful, please share with whoever stands to benefit the most. Remember to subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified when we load more content, and please follow us on the socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, The Growth Switch. You can just search for it there, and you will find us, and you can follow us there. And let's keep growing together.